Thanks, Kyla. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And I'd first like to thank GSMA and Stephen for inviting me to the webinar. And it was very interesting to hear from the other panelists. I'm going to try and give you an overview of what Vodafone Foundation has been doing, is doing, and will be doing also in the future in emergency response. Next slide, please. Vodafone Foundation has been involved in emergency response for the last 10 years. We've been supporting an NGO called Télécoms Sans Frontières, TSF, which is the leading NGO specialized in emergency response. And basically the origin of the Instant Network program is we went to TSF about 2 years ago and said to them, what could we actually do beyond funding? What could we actually do to support you better in emergencies? And they said, well, if we could deploy a mobile network quickly in emergencies, it would help us a lot. I mean, people are using mobile phones increasingly. Networks are becoming more resilient, but there are still, in the immediate aftermath of an emergency, of a disaster, there are still problems with mobile network outages, and there are still areas that are not covered by mobile networks. So they said to us, if we had a mobile in a box solution, then that would help us greatly in our work. So we developed Instant Network and a program around it, which is a volunteer program at Vodafone. So Vodafone employees are trained with our partners to deploy Instant Network and other mobile technology in emergencies. Beyond supporting TSF, we also support the Work Through program for training of emergency responders in telecoms. And we also develop new mobile technology beyond Instant Network and work with existing initiatives. There's no point in reinventing the wheel. So I've heard a lot of great projects already on the line from other speakers, and we're looking into including those technologies such as frontline SMS in emergencies. We also, beyond the deployment and the funding part of so in-cash donations to TSF and Work Through program, we also have a system called Red Alert, where we fundraise through SMS to our customers and our employees in emergencies. And that works very, very well, calling out to our employees. And for example, after the Haiti earthquake in 2010, we collected 4.5 million euros to donate to Red Cross and other charities working in Haiti. And we also, as a foundation, give grants to other charities beyond TSF and Work Through program to respond to the emergency. Next slide, please. So Instant Network that we developed with TSF and Huawei, one of our technology partners, is basically a network in 3 cases. It weighs less than 100 kilos, and the idea is that it can be transported on commercial flights and can be deployed quickly in emergencies, generally within an hour upon arrival on the ground. So that allows you to either replace existing infrastructure which has been damaged while it's being fixed, or deploy a mobile network in areas which are not covered today. It works in 2 modes. It can either work on standalone mode, which is basically providing network in an area without a backhaul service, so you can call within the area. So it comes on its own, the 3 boxes, and you can also, if you connect it to a backhaul, connect it back to the core network and basically provide a mobile network as in any other areas. Next slide, please. So where are we today? We deployed Instant Network in February 2012 to Kaikoura in Kenya. Kaikoura is about 50 kilometers from the South Sudanese border. It was an area prone to drought, and Kenya Red Cross asked us to deploy more instant network to support their operations. So we deployed instant network connected to Safaricom and network in partnership with TSF and Huawei. Just to give you a few figures, over the 6 weeks it was deployed, it provided 260,000 calls. So from no calls in the area, we enabled 260,000 calls. And beyond the emergency response, now Kaikoura has a permanent network. So before bringing the network into this remote, not quite isolated area, we tried to find a long-term and sustainable solution for Kaikoura, and now Safaricom have installed since April a permanent site in Kaikoura. So I heard a lot about collaboration, and that's, I think, is key. We have partnerships with TSF, with Kenya Red Cross, Spanish Red Cross for deployments. I think the message from the Vodafone Foundation is that we have a program dedicated to emergency response, dedicated to providing mobile communications. Now, when I'm talking about mobile communications, I'm talking about network, devices, and software linked to mobile technology, so that you can provide a package of services and service to the end user, either an aid worker or a beneficiary. And collaboration is very important, and preparedness. So we have 50 volunteers. We trained, we had the first 2 sessions in Europe and New Zealand. We're running the next session in Kenya next month. And I'd be very delighted to meet Nick in Kenya and discuss how we could work with our vision also in Kenya. And the idea, of course, in having these regional trainings is having regional rosters with equipment pre-positioned in the area, so that we can arrive faster to the field and also work more closely with our partners. And one last thought before I finish. I hear lots about NGOs and UN agencies having innovation centers, and we talk about innovation and creativity. I think it would be great, Vodafone also has innovation centers. It would be great to link those innovation centers together, so we can develop new technologies together and better understand the needs of the humanitarian community and better serve the humanitarian community. So thank you very much.